Hello everyone and welcome to 2024. With a new year ahead, I figured it was time to take a minute and talk with you guys about some things that are changing for me and the channel. Now don't worry, I'm not going to be quitting YouTube like a lot of other people are doing at the moment, but I want to just do a few things differently in the coming year because in the last year I've had the chance to meet a lot of you in person at different museums, and it really struck me that not only are these the real people behind the screen that are watching my content, but it also gave me a chance to meet some of you and see that I am having an impact on people, sometimes multiple people within the same family, within different generations, and it just was a humbling experience, and it made me realize even more deeply than I already did that it's incredibly important that the content I'm making for you guys is as accurate as possible, because that at the end of the day, that is what is most important to me, is informing you guys in the least biased way, in the most informative way possible, while getting as little wrong. But that's not necessarily anything that I need to change about my content, but my approach is something that I want to change a little bit differently. I had kind of a script outline written out here, but I'm kind of just ditching it because it's too hard to look back and forth without a teleprompter. So forgive me if this comes off a little scattered. I hope it'll do all right. So essentially what I want to start to do in 2024 moving forward is to focus more on sort of entry-level content, I guess is a way that I could put it. And I really want to gear that towards people who are new to the tank community, because something I notice a lot in my comments is I get a lot of the same comments of people who they're not necessarily dumb or somebody that has a lot of misconceptions, but it's clearly people who are not as informed about even basic things about tanks. And I mean, we may laugh at them, but at the same time, we were all there at one point. It's very easy to look at these people and not remember that not that long ago, many of you may have been the same way, because there is a lot of information out there, and a lot of it is not very good. Misconceptions that have been spread for many years, sometimes even decades, because people just circular source, and then you end up with things like the Sherman and Tiger myth. That's just the best one that I can use, really. But there are a host of other ones, some of which we've talked about on the channel, and others which I plan to talk about in the future. But all of this is to say, I want to take a step back from doing as much in-depth content, although I'll still be doing Cursed by Design, Forged for Battle, all those other series. But I want to kind of look more at the basics of tanks, because I think a lot of people skip over that to get to the more glamorous things of, let's talk about the Tiger, let's talk about XYZ vehicle, when you might step into that as a new viewer and you're getting all this terminology sent your way and it's going over your head and you're just completely lost. So sort of like the double-barreled tank video that I did a little bit ago, I kind of want to start doing that sort of thing, but for more topics that are sort of simple, still interesting and informative, I hope, for the majority of you, but will help the starting people in the community a lot more. So alongside this content shift, which isn't going to be a major shift, I just want to let you guys know to be expecting it, I also am planning to do a bit of a shift in the way that I'm monetizing the channel. Previously, I had tried to mainly rely on sponsorships and on YouTube ad revenue, but over the last year, the YouTube ad revenue, definitely not. I had like a 50% drop over the course of the year, which I'm still doing fine, but it was one of those things where it kind of was very unexpected, and it made me realize that, hey, this is not something I can reliably trust to keep the lights on, so to speak. So in the future, I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on sponsorships, but I don't want to do that too much. I want to try to rely on those as little as possible, and I want to instead focus more on things like this. Different little merch items that you guys can buy. Not necessarily things like the Fumo, which you can still buy, hopefully, if you're watching this in time, but other interesting different pieces of merchandise, things that are tank related, not like this, but things that are tank related that you guys will like and aren't necessarily tied to the channel. Things like this I really enjoy. I absolutely love this stupid little Fumo, and I hope you guys do too. But I'm talking more like the merch that you guys have seen previously, like the Matilda Frog and the Sherman Firefly. I have one of those for the T28, which will be coming out, I don't know exactly when, or T95 I should say, so I don't confuse you guys. But I don't know exactly when that will be coming out. It might be soon. I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of waiting until the Fumo is done and maybe give it a little time, because I'm not just going to throw a bunch of things at you guys. I understand, times are tough, so I'm not going to just be like, give me your money. But I'm hoping I can provide that so that there's an alternate way where you can support the channel and you're actually getting something out of it instead of just watching ads on YouTube or using one of my sponsorship things, which I will still continue to do those, because things like World of Tanks and War Thunder, you know what? I don't mind working with those companies because I know a lot of you enjoy the products that they provide. Lastly, I am currently working on getting a Spanish version of my channel going. I'm not entirely sure when it's going to be up for you guys, but I'll leave a link down below. I do have the channel set up. I haven't gotten any videos out yet, but this is part of an effort I'm going to be trying to make moving forward, because I have noticed that there is a lot of focus on tank content, but it's mainly just for the English-speaking world, and that makes up only a percentage of the global population. And I really want to help reach more people outside of just the English-speaking world, because especially Spanish is one that I've looked at. There is not a lot of tank-related content out there, and I feel like there is a lot of growth potential there, and I can reach new people to help inform them on the topic we all enjoy. So if you would prefer to listen to my videos in Spanish, I can't promise they're going to come out at the same rate as the ones on my main channel, but hopefully they should come about roughly the same. I'm going to try to be aiming for at least one per month for a little while and maybe ramp it up. It kind of depends, because I'll be trying to do the new voiceovers myself. I'm trying to learn Spanish and I'm not entirely there yet, so it might be a little rough at the start, but I hope you guys will find some value from that if you are a Spanish speaker and you would prefer to have your native language for my videos. One final little thing to add in at the end here is that another thing I want to do in 2024 is start to focus on content creation outside of YouTube. That will mainly mean content posted over on my website, coneofarc.com, in the form of articles. I want to kind of do those as companion pieces to some videos like you saw with the double barrel tank, as well as some other like small things that maybe aren't relevant to the main focus of my channel, or are maybe something that isn't really worth a full video but works better as an article. So if you enjoy those and you want to support that, go check out my website. And also, I may start to post a few special videos here and there over on Twitter, or the artist formerly known as Twitter, I should say. So if you want to go support that and catch maybe some behind-the-scenes stuff at museums and things like that, you can go and follow me over there if you haven't already and help me earn some more Elon bucks. For those of you who have stuck through till the end of this video, I know it may have been a little rough at points. I'm not super good in front of the camera like this. I'm going to be trying to get better at it. But I just want to say thank you guys so much. You have helped me be able to do this content full time for around 2 years now, if I'm remembering correctly. And I just cannot thank you guys enough for that. I know that I say thanks at the end of every single video that I make, but it just never feels like it's enough to truly express my thanks to all of you for supporting my content. It just means the absolute world to me. Hopefully over the next year I can continue to express my gratitude in the form of the videos that brought you here in the first place, so stick around because I think you guys are really going to enjoy what I have in store. That's all I have for you guys today though, so I hope to see you on the next video.